Embark on a voyage through time and uncover the wonders of the ancient world, from the towering lighthouse of Alexandria to the magnificent hanging gardens of Babylon. Each of these marvels holds a story waiting to be discovered. Welcome to our channel, dedicated to learning about ancient archaeological findings. Today, we will explore the 7 wonders of the ancient world. But before we begin, we have a question for you to answer at the end of the video. When were the 7 wonders of the ancient world built? Write down your answer in the comments section and see if you got it right. Let's start. Number 1. Lighthouse of Alexandria. Built in the 3rd century BCE on the island of Pharos just outside the harbor of Alexandria, Egypt, this towering structure stood at over 100 meters, or 330 feet, and was dedicated to ZEUS, also known as the Deliverer. Commissioned by Ptolemy I Soter and completed by his son Ptolemy I, the purpose of the lighthouse was to guide and protect sailors. It was designed by Sostratus of Knidos and constructed on the very tip of the limestone islet of Pharos. The tower was white and had 3 floors, the lowest being rectangular, the middle one octagonal, and the top one round. A statue of ZEUS adorned the top of the tower, and a fire was kept burning to make it visible at night. The structure inspired countless copycat structures and harbors around the Mediterranean. Next up on number 2 is the statue of Zeus at Olympia, a masterpiece of ancient Greek art and architecture created by the renowned sculptor Phidias in 435 BC. This awe-inspiring figure stood at an impressive 41 feet tall and was made of ivory plates and gold panels arranged on a wooden framework, a technique known as chryselephantine sculpture. The statue's throne was equally impressive, adorned with ebony, ivory, gold, and precious stones. The statue's magnificence earned it a place among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The statue's creation was highly competitive, with the Aeolus winning the right to have Phidias create their masterpiece. The statue was so large that it took up half the width of the aisle of the temple in which it was housed, and its throne was a work of art in itself, featuring painted figures and wrought images decorated with gold, precious stones, ebony, and ivory. The statue was said to be coated with olive oil to protect the ivory from the grove's martins and to enhance its already imposing presence. The statue's legacy lives on in ancient Greek descriptions and representations on coins, as the original statue was eventually destroyed, with various accounts describing how and when it happened. Regardless, the statue's impact and influence on ancient Greek culture and art cannot be overstated, and it remains an iconic example of ancient artistry and craftsmanship. Number 3 is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. These are one of the most intriguing mysteries of the ancient world. Despite being one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, there is no conclusive evidence to prove their existence. The gardens were said to have been built by the Neo-Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar I for his Median wife Queen Amytis. Several theories regarding their origins exist. Some suggest the gardens were mythical, while others believe they may have been destroyed in the 1st century AD. The lack of archaeological evidence has led to much uncertainty about the Hanging Gardens. However, Oxford scholar Stephanie Daly has proposed that the gardens were the well-documented gardens constructed by the Assyrian king Sennacherib for the Palace of Nineveh. Archaeological excavations have found traces of a vast system of aqueducts attributed to Sennacherib by an inscription on its remains, which Daly number 4 is the Great Pyramid of KHUFU is one of the 7 wonders of the world, along with 2 other structures designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It stands at 481.4 feet and was constructed from 2.3 million blocks of stone. The pyramid's yellowish limestone core, light-colored limestone passages, and granite burial chamber showcase remarkable engineering. The entrance on the north side leads to a descending corridor, an ascending passageway, and chambers. 2 narrow shafts run through the masonry to the exterior, but their purpose remains unknown. Although the question of how the pyramids were built remains unanswered, it is believed that a sloping and embankment of brick earth and sand was used to haul up the stone blocks. Herodotus claimed it took 20 years and 100,000 men to build the Great Pyramid, but recent evidence suggests a more limited workforce. On the number 5, the Temple of Artemis. An ancient Greek temple located in Ephesus, Turkey, dedicated to the goddess of hunting and wild animals, is another of the 7 wonders of the world. The earliest version of the temple was built in the Bronze Age and destroyed by a flood. The second version was funded by the Crosses of Lydia and designed by Cherishephren and his son Medigenes, but it was destroyed by arson. The final and most magnificent version was funded by the Ephesians and had 36 columns decorated with intricate carvings and reliefs. An occult statue of Artemis crafted by Indra was housed in an enclosed shrine. Although the temple no longer stands, visitors can still marvel at the fragments and foundations at the site. The Temple of Artemis is a testament to the creativity and ingenuity of the ancient Greeks. Number 6 is the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, a tomb built between 353 and 350 BC in Bodrum, Turkey, for Mausolus, the ruler of Caria, and his sister wife Artemisia II, is the third of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The 45-meter-tall tomb was adorned with sculptural reliefs by 4 Greek sculptors and contained 400 freestanding sculptures. Unfortunately, the tomb was destroyed by earthquakes between the 12th and 15th centuries, and the word mausoleum is now used generically for an above-ground tomb. Marcellus chose a city of Halicarnassus to build a new capital that was as safe from capture as magnificent to be seen. He spent large amounts of tax money to embellish it, founded many cities of Greek design along the coast, and encouraged Greek democratic traditions. After Marcellus died in 353 BC, Artemisia continued the building project and sent messengers to Greece to find the most talented artists. The tomb was erected on a hill overlooking the city and sat in an enclosed courtyard. The whole structure sat on a stone platform with statues of gods and goddesses along its outer walls. The marble tomb rose as a square tapering block to 1/3 of the height, where it was crowned by a step pyramid. Number 7 is the Colossus of Rhodes. It was a colossal bronze statue of the sun god Helios that stood guard over the harbor of Rhodes, one of the busiest ports in the ancient Mediterranean. The statue was crafted by a local sculptor named Charles and stood 33 meters tall, drawing visitors from far and wide to marvel at its grandeur. Helios was the patron deity of Rhodes, and the statue was erected to honor him and commemorate the island's victory over Demetrius of Macedon. To finance the statue's construction, the Rhodians used the siege engines left behind by Demetrius. Unfortunately, the Colossus's magnificence was short-lived, as it was brought down by an earthquake. This is all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Never forget to like and share the video. And remember to subscribe to the channel.